And the Democratic Party wants to give cover to people like Mahmoud Khalil. The administration had a whole plan to deport him because he lied on his visa application. And this is what he said in his latest interview with Ezra Klein about October the 7th, how he saw it. Watch.
October 7th happens. What do you think that day?
To me, it felt frightening that we had to reach this moment in the Palestinian struggle.
What moment is this?
You can see that the situation is not sustainable. You have an Israeli government that's absolutely ignoring Palestinians. It's clear like it's becoming more and more violent. So that's what I mean by like, unfortunately, we couldn't avoid such a moment.
I understood that as something Hamas must have wanted, right? Pull Israel into this attack, pull it into some kind of war. Was that your perception?
To me, it's a desperate attempt to the word that Palestinians are here, that Palestinians are part of the equation. That was my interpretation of why Hamas did the October 7 attacks on Israel.
October 7th was obviously an operation that did kill a lot of civilians. Do you see that as unavoidable, that Hamas had no other choice? Do you see it as a mistake?
There's nothing can justify the killing of civilians. Also, like there's another point to this, Ezra. Palestinians don't have to be perfect victims.
He's rationalizing the October 7th attack, saying it's a desperate attempt to make sure the world knows the plight of Gazans at the hands of Israel. He was born to Palestinian parents in Syria. He was the student at Columbia. He's the ringleader of the anti-Israel activism on campus. And think about October 7th. After that happened, there have been so many hate crimes across our country since then. And the FBI's 2024 hate crime report has revealed that Jews are the most targeted religious group in the United States. And much of that is because of the hateful rhetoric being spewed at these college campuses, at all of these riots. And it all goes back to October 7th it happened because of a terrorist attack. It was a terrorist organization. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and we have individuals who are supporting it here in America.
Yeah, and you see Khalil here, he was the ringleader, Ainsley, as you point out. But let's go back. Remember in March when he gets picked up and arrested, it was Democrats who immediately took to defend him. We're going back to a March post from Senator Dick Durbin, the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, simply with this picture saying, "Free Mahmoud Khalil." Now, obviously, a judge currently has said that he can't be deported, but Tom Homan in this administration said, ultimately, this story ends with Khalil being deported. Why? Not only, as you point out, Lawrence, that he appears to have lied on his immigration papers, but Secretary of State Marco Rubio went in to revoke his immigration status because his anti-Semitic violent activities on the college campus runs contrary to U.S. interest to preventing the spread of anti-Semitism in this country. And now we have a brand new incident out in the suburbs of St. Louis.
So the Democrats need to stop playing games with this. They want to defend this guy, but every opportunity he has to show that he is pro-America and not anti-Semitic, he reveals who he is. Remember, according to some of the Haas's and some of the investigation U.S. intelligence have told us, there was coordination between the college campuses before October 7th, meaning they were given a heads up. If you look at some of their Facebook profiles, they had already started to change their profile picture to reflect that something was getting ready to come. And he was there in Columbia, not only leading the protests, but negotiating once they decided to take over the building. So he's made it very clear he doesn't like the Jewish people. He doesn't stand with them. And every time they make the comparison between civilians and non-civilians, they know exactly what they're doing. You got to remember, in Israel, you're required to serve in the IDF. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when he says, civilians, he's not including all the normal Jewish people because they have to serve. And people's like, he doesn't mean what he says. Every single time he has the opportunity to condemn the globalized Intifada, distance himself from the people that set things on fire at campuses. He stands with them. You got to take him at his word. I'm just trying to figure out, why is he still in our country?
Yeah, and he's been complicit in vandalization and complicit in shutting down universities and institutions. And Marco Rubio said, if you had told us that you intended to do what you came to America, we would have never let you in. But this federal judge has ordered him to be released on bail while his immigration and his civil cases proceed through the courts.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you look at the concern this administration has with the spread of anti-Semitism, and you've got this incident in St. Louis, you've got what happened in Washington, you've got people being set on fire in Colorado, and you can understand why there's so much attention on an interview like we just watched, where there's no other way to look at it, I think, other than that Mahmoud Khalil is justifying the attack of October 7th, and that's not going to fly.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.